It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Will Thoma Bravo put a for sale sign out in front of KOFAX? We want to sell it. We want $3 billion plus debt. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was reading this article, and I found the article on Bloomberg, there it is. Thoma Bravo exploring $3 billion sale, software firm KOFAX. And I started thinking about KOFAX, and then I went back to 2017, and I put this slide together. Do y'all remember when Thoma Bravo bought KOFAX from our good friends over there at Lexmark for $1.5 billion? Let me get my Sharp Interactive board working here. I might want to talk through some of this with you. So back in 2017, Thoma Bravo goes to Lexmark, sells KOFAX, we'll give you $1.5 billion. You know, KOFAX, first quarter of 2019, bought from Nuance, their imaging division, for $400 million. So let's put that on the board here and talk about that too. KOFAX to buy Nuance's imaging division for $400 million in cash. So between KOFAX buying Nuance's imaging division, Thoma Bravo buying KOFAX for $1.5 billion from Lexmark, we're pretty much into this thing for $1.9 billion. Remember, they want $3 billion. We're going to talk about that in a minute, plus debt. But what's been going on over there at KOFAX since 2017? Well, KOFAX themselves went on some buying sprees, right? Using Thoma Bravo's money. But, you know, at the end of the day, they bought TIS, Top Imaging System. They bought SciGen software. They bought Printx software, print management tool. I'm sure that Printx probably said, hey, we got to sell our software because the print management software of the year, according to the MPSA, is a PSA tool called Tiger Paw, so that we might as well get out. That was a little sarcasm, but I figured I'd include it. SciGen, I'm not sure how big SciGen was. Probably a small player. Top Imaging Systems, probably a small player. They added it to portfolio, grabbed some customers, figure out how they can use these customers and sell these customers some of these other softwares they already own. How can they merge them into the KOFAX family? But ladies and gentlemen, let me read you a paragraph that Nuance published when they sold off the imaging division to KOFAX, because I think what they're saying here is very important. The sale allows Nuance to focus the business on its conversational AI and cloud-based solutions while simplifying the organization and improving its growth profile. They want to focus on their conversational software, on their AIs. You know, when you Google Nuance, you know what they say about them? Nuance is an American multinational computer software technology corporation that markets speech recognition and artificial intelligence software. Speech recognition and artificial intelligence software, that's what Nuance wants to be. Did Nuance say, all these softwares that we've collected over the years that have to do with document management, print management, depository management, maybe that's not the future. Maybe the future is going to be everything inside that digital world. Conversational software, AI. Maybe we should invest there and focus there. That's exactly what they did. And they went to KOFAX and said, we'll sell you our imaging division, these other softwares. And let me read the rest of the paragraph. With the sale to KOFAX, the document imaging division joins a company strategically aligned with its product portfolio, providing a path of continued growth. That was just their way to calm everybody down. Calm down, imaging division of Nuance. KOFAX, you know, they're owned by Thoma Bravo. They're going to help you on a path of continued growth. It appears that Thoma Bravo got to the end of the path. But let's talk about this $3 billion number. You know, when KOFAX bought Nuance, it was said that the Nuance imaging division, it was said that that division was doing 11% of the total revenue of Nuance. The total revenue of Nuance was $5 billion. 11% is $550 million. I don't know what KOFAX was doing on their own before they bought the Nuance imaging division. I've heard 500 million, 600 million, 700 million. I don't even know. We don't know what the revenue of these three smaller companies they bought was. Probably not that much. But my guess is that they're doing, let's just be high. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say they're doing 1.5 billion in total revenue. They want 3 billion, double revenue. If they had a 20% EBITDA, they would literally have to get 10 times EBITDA, and that would be double revenue. If they got a 40% EBITDA, which they should be close to that. They're software companies, right? 40% EBITDA. You know, private equity, they like to clean things up. They buy up these things, you get rid of all the fat, get rid of the ownership, clean the house. We know that, you know, KOFAX and Thoma Bravo cleaned up some house over there at KOFAX. We've all heard those stories, right? So let's say they got a 40% EBITDA. 40% EBITDA, 1.5 billion is 600 million. 600 million, getting to 5 times EBITDA would be 3 billion. The deal is they want to get 3 billion plus debt. We don't know what the debt is, but if they got 5 times 600 million, that's $3 billion. But who's going to pay them that? Who's going to pay top dollar? Are the investors that would look at this, are they thinking about what Nuance was thinking about when they spun off the imaging division? Folks, I know these are tough conversations for a lot of people to have inside the Document Imaging channel. But tough conversations had to be had. Otherwise, you get surprised. You get surprised when these shocking things show up. But I will give credit to all these software companies that consolidated up, and hopefully some of these entrepreneurs and some of these owners made some money on this deal. But we got to decide as an industry, where are we going to be in the future? Are we going to be focusing on technologies that have been around for 20 years, some of these technologies, 15, 20 years? Or are we going to start focusing on technologies that allow us to help our end users in the intersection between the digital and physical world? And more importantly, can we even keep them in the digital world? Our friends over at Nuance, their new path is they want to keep everybody in the digital world. They want to monetize that space. AI, all these fun things. So ladies and gentlemen, it's just something to think about. I think Thoma Bravo's got some high goals, getting $3 billion for this. We'll see what happens. I'll be curious. But we all need to pay attention to this and see where this goes. And we need to start looking at what the private equities are investing in. I've been saying this for about 1.5 years now, the amount of acquisitions that have happened inside the technology space outside of print, outside of our space, since 2020 started are unbelievable. We're up to like 800. And so there's a lot of money flowing in the technology sector through private equity. But it's not flowing in the print sector. And if Thoma Bravo gets its way, it's flowing out of the print sector. You'll be real curious what they do with this. And I don't know who the end game could be. I mean, they're not going to go public with it, that's for sure. They could sell it to Rico. Rico bought DocuWare. Folks, a lot to think about in today's video, but we need to start paying attention to who owns the assets, what those assets are, and what the value of those assets are becoming. Because everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow.